Russia's development of a new detection system, reportedly named Kalinka, is set to counter SpaceX's Starlink satellite network, which has played a crucial role in Ukraine's military communications since the war began in 2022. This bold move by Moscow represents an intensification of the technological arms race in modern warfare, where satellite networks and digital connectivity increasingly influence battlefield outcomes. Starlink, a low-Earth orbit satellite constellation developed by Elon Musk's SpaceX, has enabled Ukraine to maintain robust communications in war zones, sustain critical infrastructure, and power military operations despite Russian attempts to disrupt traditional communication networks. The emergence of Kalinka not only reflects Russia's recognition of Starlink's effectiveness but also signals a broader strategy to undermine Ukraine's strategic advantage. Kalinka is reportedly being tested under combat conditions, according to leaked reports, with its production and deployment dependent on Russia's immediate and long-term military demands. Though details about the system's functionality remain classified, it is believed to be tailored specifically to detect and potentially disrupt Starlink's operations. Starlink's decentralized architecture, comprising thousands of independently operating satellites, has proven remarkably resilient against traditional electronic warfare techniques. Russia's decision to develop Kalinka underscores the perceived threat posed by Starlink to its military objectives in Ukraine and highlights a shift toward innovation in electronic warfare (EW) to address new challenges posed by commercial satellite technologies. The reliance on Starlink by Ukraine has been well documented since the early days of the conflict. Following Russia's targeted attacks on Ukrainian telecommunications infrastructure, Starlink stepped in to provide critical connectivity, supporting both military and civilian operations. Ukrainian forces have utilized Starlink for a range of purposes, from facilitating drone reconnaissance and artillery coordination to maintaining contact with field units in remote or contested areas. Its role in enabling real-time battlefield intelligence and operational planning has made it a cornerstone of Ukraine's resistance strategy. Recognizing this, Moscow has pursued multiple avenues to neutralize its influence, with Kalinka representing the most ambitious effort to date. The development of Kalinka aligns with Russia's broader strategy to strengthen its electronic warfare capabilities. Electronic warfare, which involves using electromagnetic signals to disrupt enemy systems, has been a focal point of the Ukraine war. Both sides have employed EW tools to jam communications, interfere with navigation systems, and counter unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. However, Starlink's unique characteristics, its massive network of satellites, dynamic rerouting capabilities, and encrypted communications have rendered it impervious to many conventional EW techniques. Russia's inability to fully disrupt Starlink has likely spurred the development of specialized tools like Kalinka, aimed at overcoming these technological hurdles. The potential deployment of Kalinka could mark a turning point in the conflict, but its effectiveness remains uncertain. One of the key challenges for any system targeting Starlink is its scale and redundancy. The network's decentralized structure allows it to quickly adapt to localized disruptions, maintaining functionality even if individual satellites are compromised. Additionally, SpaceX has continued to enhance Starlink's security features, making it increasingly difficult for adversaries to intercept or jam its signals. These factors present significant obstacles for Kalinka, which will need to demonstrate unprecedented capabilities to achieve its objectives. The implications of Kalinka's development extend beyond the immediate context of the Ukraine war. Starlink's success has highlighted the transformative potential of commercial satellite networks in modern conflicts, challenging traditional paradigms of state-centric warfare. By providing a reliable, scalable, and resilient communication platform, Starlink has effectively leveled the playing field, enabling Ukraine to counter Russia's military advantages. The emergence of Kalinka represents an acknowledgement by Moscow of this new reality and a determination to reclaim the technological upper hand. However, it also underscores the growing intersection of private technology and global security, where companies like SpaceX wield significant influence over geopolitical dynamics. Russia's pursuit of Kalinka also reflects broader concerns about the West's technological dominance. Starlink's deployment in Ukraine is emblematic of the strategic advantage that Western innovation can confer in conflicts, prompting Russia to invest heavily in countermeasures. Kalinka's success or failure will likely influence future approaches to satellite warfare, shaping the strategies of both state and non-state actors in the years to come. The system's development raises critical questions about the future of warfare, where the battle for control over information and communication networks is increasingly central to military success. Economically and politically, the development of Kalinka poses significant challenges for Russia. The ongoing war in Ukraine has strained Russia's resources, with international sanctions exacerbating economic pressures. The production and deployment of an advanced system like Kalinka will require substantial investment, diverting funds from other critical areas of the war effort. Moreover, the timeline for Kalinka's deployment remains unclear, raising questions about whether it can be operationalized in time to influence the current conflict. If Kalinka fails to deliver on its promises, it could represent a costly misstep for Moscow, further undermining its position in Ukraine and beyond. For Ukraine, the emergence of Kalinka serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining its technological edge. Starlink's continued effectiveness will be crucial in countering Russian efforts to disrupt communication and undermine military operations. The resilience of Ukraine's digital infrastructure, supported by Starlink, has been a key factor in its ability to resist Russian advances and sustain its war effort. As the conflict evolves, ensuring the security and adaptability of these systems will be essential to maintaining this advantage. The geopolitical ramifications of Kalinka extend beyond the battlefield. Its development is likely to draw attention from NATO and other Western allies, who view Starlink as a critical asset in supporting Ukraine's sovereignty and resistance. The emergence of systems like Kalinka could prompt increased investment in countermeasures, fueling an arms race in electronic and space-based warfare. Additionally, the prospect of other nations developing similar technologies raises concerns about the proliferation of EW capabilities and their potential use in future conflicts. As the war in Ukraine continues, the introduction of Kalinka adds a new dimension to the conflict. It represents not only a tactical effort to counter Starlink but also a broader strategic initiative to assert Russia's technological and military capabilities in the face of Western support for Ukraine. Whether Kalinka will succeed in its objectives or become another example of the challenges of countering advanced, decentralized technologies like Starlink remains to be seen. However, its development underscores the critical role of technology in shaping the future of warfare and the ongoing struggle for dominance in the information and cyber domains. In the broader context of the Ukraine war, the battle between Starlink and Kalinka symbolizes the increasingly digital nature of modern conflicts. The ability to control and disrupt communication networks is as critical as physical dominance on the battlefield, reflecting the growing importance of technological innovation in shaping military outcomes. As the conflict continues to evolve, the competition between these systems will likely serve as a defining feature of the war, influencing both its trajectory and its eventual resolution. For now, Kalinka remains a symbol of Russia's determination to counter Western influence and reclaim its strategic position, but its ultimate impact remains uncertain, dependent on both its technical capabilities and the broader dynamics of the conflict.